What if the next big disruption in artificial intelligence didn't happen in medicine, finance, or robotics, but in one of the most conservative and highly regulated industries in the world, the legal system? This is exactly what just happened in Arizona, where a startup called Eudia has launched the first AI-augmented law firm, approved by the state's Supreme Court. This isn't a theoretical pilot project, this is a real law firm, with real clients like DHL, Duracell, Cargill, Intuit, Stripe, and even branches of the US government, and it could change the way we think about lawyers, legal services, and even access to justice. Eudia is not just another legal software company, they're building what they call an AI-augmented law firm. That means their lawyers don't work alone, and their AI doesn't work alone. Instead, human attorneys collaborate with proprietary artificial intelligence systems to deliver legal services faster, cheaper, and more consistently than traditional law firms. Their focus is on corporate law, things like contracts, mergers and acquisitions due diligence, and other time-consuming but critical tasks. Traditionally, these services required many junior associates. With AI augmentation, much of that heavy lifting is automated, leaving human lawyers to focus on judgment, strategy, and nuance. Why Arizona? In 2020, the Arizona Supreme Court took the unprecedented step of removing restrictions that had long prevented non-lawyers from owning law firms. This opened the door for innovation, and Eudia stepped in. By combining their proprietary AI technology with licensed attorneys, they became one of the first organizations approved under Arizona's new program. This is significant because law has historically been one of the slowest professions to change. Regulations, bar associations, and tradition have all kept the legal industry operating much the same way for decades. The fact that a state Supreme Court has given its blessing to an AI-driven law firm is nothing short of revolutionary. So how does it work? Imagine a large company like DHL needing to review hundreds of supplier contracts. In a traditional law firm, junior lawyers would spend weeks combing through every page, flagging issues, and reporting back to their partners. With Eudia's AI systems, this process can be automated in hours. The AI identifies key clauses, compares them to industry standards, checks for risks, and presents a clear report. Human lawyers then review and provide context, ensuring that strategy and legal interpretation are never left solely to a machine. The result? Faster turnaround times, lower costs, and fewer human errors. This is why companies like Duracell, Cargill, and Stripe are already using Eudia. They're not experimenting, they're relying on AI-augmented law for critical business decisions. And that should make every law firm in America sit up and pay attention. Because if this model works, and the early results suggest it does, then the old model of billable hours, armies of associates, and endless paperwork is at risk. Now let's step back and consider the bigger implications. First, access to justice. A major challenge in law is affordability for many. If AI augmentation can lower the cost of legal services, this could dramatically expand access. Imagine a world where a small startup or even an individual entrepreneur can access the same caliber of contract review and due diligence that Fortune 500 companies get today. That levels the playing field. Second, global competition. The United States is not the only place experimenting with legal innovation. In the UK, Singapore, and even parts of the Middle East, governments are exploring how AI can streamline legal systems. But Arizona just made the boldest move by giving full legal recognition to an AI-augmented law firm. If this model succeeds, expect other states, and eventually other countries, to follow. Of course, this raises serious questions. Can AI truly understand law? Can it interpret context, precedent, and the subtle art of negotiation? Or is it limited to pattern recognition, leaving the deepest insights to humans? And what happens when an AI makes a mistake? Who is liable? The lawyer, the firm, the AI developer? These are not academic questions. They will define the legal frameworks for AI-augmented professional services in the years to come. Another issue is ethics. The legal profession has strict codes of conduct, confidentiality rules, and fiduciary duties. If AI is part of the team, how do we ensure client data is secure? How do we prevent algorithmic bias from creeping into legal analysis? And how do we maintain public trust when a robot lawyer is involved in sensitive cases? These questions will need careful answers, but the fact that the Arizona Supreme Court approved Eudia shows that regulators believe at least some of these concerns can be managed. Now, think about the business side. Law firms are some of the most profitable organizations in the world. The billable hour model rewards inefficiency. The more time lawyers spend, the more they earn. AI flips that model on its head. Suddenly, efficiency becomes the key value proposition. That could transform not just how law firms operate, but how they compete. Firms that embrace AI may deliver faster, better, cheaper service, while firms that resist may find themselves left behind. This goes beyond law. Think about accounting, consulting, architecture, even medicine. The Eudia story is part of a broader trend. AI augmenting professionals, not replacing them, but making them more powerful. This hybrid model, human plus AI, might become the gold standard across industries. So, where does this go from here? Eudia has already proven there's demand, with top-tier clients on board. The next step will be expansion, more practice areas, more jurisdictions, and eventually, more competitors. Don't be surprised if major law firms start developing their own AI systems or partnering with tech companies to keep up. We might even see global players like Deloitte, PwC, or Accenture enter the space, offering AI-augmented legal services at scale. For law students and young lawyers, this is a wake-up call. The days of spending years doing routine document review may be numbered. The skills of the future will be judgment, negotiation, and strategy, the things AI cannot yet replicate. In a way, this could make the practice of law more human, by freeing lawyers from drudgery and focusing their attention on higher-level thinking. At the same time, there will be winners and losers. Some jobs will disappear, some firms will close, and the legal profession as a whole will need to redefine what it means to be a lawyer in the age of AI. This brings us to the bigger question: what kind of legal system do we want? One where access is democratized and efficiency is maximized, or one where tradition and exclusivity dominate? Arizona has taken a bold step toward the first option. Time will tell if others follow. But one thing is certain, the launch of Eudia Counsel is more than just a news story. It's a milestone in the evolution of professional services. It's a glimpse into a future where AI doesn't just help us write emails or generate images, but becomes a trusted partner in some of the most important decisions of our lives. So here's the question I'll leave you with. If AI can now be part of a law firm, where else should we allow it? Should we have AI doctors, AI judges, AI politicians, or is there a line we shouldn't cross? The debate starts now, and the future of AI in law and beyond will depend on the answers we give today.